Have you ever been so focused on a project that you just can't figure out what to do next? Kind of where I've been on the 39. Just did a complete shop reset. Everything is different here now. And we've got the 39 chassis set up here in the machine shop fabrication area. It's going to work really nice. Basically what you had seen over there is what's here now, with a few exceptions. But one thing that's been bugging me is this grill. I think it's important to make progress on something. And today I don't feel like doing big stuff. I smashed my hand, I've smashed my finger, I'm tired, I'm cranky, and I want to do something fun. So we're going to make this part of the grill trim that we're missing. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be done. Let's show you how it's done. I'm Mike. You're watching My Car's Shop. The thing about the 39 is, even though 39 through 47 are all basically the same front end, the 39 is unique in its grill design. A lot of them, this crosses up here and it doesn't have this swoop. So to find this stainless, yes, we could. But around here, our motto is, why the heck would we buy something when we could make it? Now, we may compromise when it comes to the ram hood. I do have some ideas. We may try something, but we're probably going to buy the right hood ornament for this at one point. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this lower part. Now, here's the thing. I could make it out of aluminum. It wouldn't really look very good. I could make it out of stainless, and it would be a bugger to work with. Or we could make it out of just simple cold-rolled steel and then polish it up real good. And it won't look perfect, but it will look good. And the bigger thing is, it'll look done. So let's do that. Okay, let's do a cardboard template here. And all I'm doing is determining the width of what we're going to start with. And of course, I'm going to make it a little bit wider. Okay, so that's about a 1/4 inch wider than it needs to be, but we're going to go ahead and trim that off. And then the next thing we'll do is trim off our length. So I think the best way to go, I've got this cut, part to the right width and length, is just to fold it down the middle as best as we can. Like about 3 or 4. It's about 3 or 4. Yeah, that's how many lumps you want. Now it's not perfect, but it's done anyway. It's pretty close. Okay, let's okay, so our next thing now, because it comes from right here. Okay, so we came out good on one side, the other side not so much. But I'm pretty happy with that, and we can trim that a little bit as we come down. I think, yeah, we're good. So I think what I want to do is, rather than try to make this like this, I think the thing to do is to use one side as my template, like so. Okay, and then we'll flip that over and make the other side. So I'm going to cut this down the middle, because this side did not come out nearly as nice as this side did here. So that's what we're going to do. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There we go. So let's see how this goes. Can we cut a straight line? We'll see. Okay, that's really good. I like that. And then, of course, same thing. Yes, and it comes out perfect. And we come right down the middle again. So, yep, that's going to work. So we'll use this and mirror it onto a piece of metal to make the metal do what the metal is supposed to do. All right. So just laying out my template, sort of. or what it's worth. So that's our middle line right there. And then our curve line here. Okay, and then we're going to flip it. Flip it good. Interesting. Okay, we're going to have to do a little forming up there, I think, but we'll see where we end up. Yeah, we end up being just a little proud there. I'm not sure why. Let's flip this over. Yeah, this doesn't want to line up there. Yep. It's probably because my stack up is off just a little bit, where this one, yeah, that's what it is, I think. Okay, yeah, we can trim that. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Do we look fairly uniform, I think? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, my center line has got a little wump in it here, but don't worry about that too much because that's where we're going to be folding it anyway. Oh, yeah, that's the issue there. So probably what I'll do, get my straight edge and I'll straighten that line out and we'll make sure that it is equidistant here and equidistant from here to here. And that way we're sure our line is right down the middle. So we're going to see how accurate I can be with these. Follow my yellow brick road here. I think it looks good. The curve is good on both sides now. Our line lines up here, I'm pretty sure. We're just a little teeny bit twisted, but I haven't made the holes yet for the screws to mount it. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet. We'll figure that out in a minute. The decision I have to make is this grill does, I think, you know what? It bends back like this, but I'm not sure it's supposed to. The more I'm looking at it, I'm almost thinking it should go straight down, and this probably needs to be pulled back out because it's bent. I could shrink it here and pull it back in. I'm reluctant to do that because the shrinker is going to definitely mar that metal up and make it very, very difficult to polish it. So I need to do a little bit of research here, I think, and determine, what exactly I want to do here. Just not convinced. Well, it does. Okay, there's a bit of a curvature there. I don't really need to go all the way down with this. Custom, right? I can make it whatever I want. My point is I want to carry this down further. That's the whole point of this. And then polish it up so it looks similar to that stainless. maybe what I'll do, where's the shrinker stretcher? Oh, it's over there. Maybe what I'll do is just see if I can suck this in just a little bit down here, and if it messes it up too bad, I can always just trim it off, like right here, and maybe make a little point out of it or something and call it good. Um, but even just like that, I mean, it's just got a couple of rare earth magnets holding it on there right now, but even like that, it's significantly better than it was. So that's pretty cool. The other thing I need to do, and I'm going to do this real quick, is just spray some color in here, because I can't really tell for sure that I'm centered on those things. I think I am. But I'm having a heck of a time getting this line here tight. Um, I don't care if it fades out here a little bit, but up in here I want it to be pretty good and tight, and it's really not. Um, I guess it is. It's just one of those things, it's a custom piece, so um, it'll be what it is. But let me blow some kind of a white or something on there, just so I can get a better idea where the edge of these are versus the edge of that. Well, the reality is we could be making junk out of this really fast, so we got to be really careful. No, it's doing it. Okay. Just don't know if it's doing what I want. Yeah, the problem is it is putting dents in there, but nothing that I can't hammer and sand out. So let's see if it fits. Definitely see that we put some curve in here. I'll put a little bit more. Yeah, we added some more down here. By jingies, we did. I knew it would. My problem is, like I said, I don't want to mech this model up so bad that we can't really polish it up the way I want. Oh my goodness, that fits perfectly. It really does. It really does. I can live with that. It's just got just enough of a curve there to give the hint or the impression. Could I go more? Yeah. Do I want to go more? Probably not. This is definitely bent back here. Let's pull a little more on this side here. So there we go. I got my screws put in to hold it in place now. I got it tweaked a little bit. It's really close. Once I get that painted red, I may need to do a little tweaking, but also by the time we put a bumper in there, because it's going to definitely have a bumper on the front, that's going to look outstanding. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, that really completes the ensemble, and I haven't even done anything to polish it yet. I definitely have some stuff down in the bottom here that's going to be a bit of a challenge. I think I can file that out. But let's get a rough polish. I'm not going to go all the way with this because ultimately it's going to have to go to a mirror finish, and then we're going to have to clear coat it. And we'll do all of that when we do the rest of this. But I'm just curious. I mean, even like that, it ain't bad. It just, no, it doesn't shine like that stainless, but the stainless isn't polished yet. It's all got to be taken off. But I'm pretty happy with it. Not bad for an idiot. It's not polished up all the way. My compressor, the capacitor on my compressor quit, so I got to get that fixed. So I couldn't take it up to like 1,000 grit before I polished it, so I just did a quick one. Um, but you can see, no, it's not going to match that stainless perfectly, but still, it's pretty respectable. And I don't have it attached at the bottom yet, so it needs to go. It doesn't really. It's pretty good. Just needs to pull in, as you can see where we're at here and here. Could go that way a little teeny bit, maybe. Um, yeah, it's not perfect up here. I got a little work to do there, but it don't look too bad. So when we get the grill, reconditioned and everything done on the grill, that'll look pretty good. And like I said, it's not perfect, but it's going to polish up pretty close to that by the time we clear coat it. And I likely will put some kind of a little break between those two because it's not sucking down quite as tight as I would like. But it's a whole lot better than nothing. And I may go ahead and do the same thing up here, up and around a bit. We'll see on that one. I'm not sure. But even if I did that, just like this, and did something creative up here, I think it's pretty swivel. So there you go. Huh. Yeah, I wish my sheet metal brake had a little bit more aggressive bend to it, but it doesn't. And I didn't want to get pounding too much in here trying to crisp that line up anymore because I already had a bunch of hammer marks I had to take out. And I do need to put a standoff on the back. I can see that sucking it in a little bit. But again, 60 miles an hour down the road, it's going to look a whole lot better than nothing on there. So, but I think even from here, I'm 6 feet from it. Looks pretty darn good, and we haven't polished anything else up yet. We got to take all that off. But yeah, that was fun. That was the main thing. Is it was just fun to do. Yeah, just so you know, I handed that with I think it was either 36 or 80 grit on that board. That's 80 grit. And then went to 220, I think it is, or was it 320 on the DA? 220. So, I wanted to go up to, 1,200, 1,500, and then polish it. It'll look phenomenal. And I put some rust protectant on it just to keep it from rusting out here for now. And I'm probably not going to go much further with it than that. But the curvature came out really nice. I'm actually quite pretty pleased with that. Might have to do a little trimming in there, but again, it's a rat rod truck basically. We're not doing a shiny paint job on it. It is going to be painted. She didn't want the patina look, but it's just going to be in a satin red. So we're not making it perfect by any means. So for this truck, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm hoping I have a RAM off of the 88. I have an extra one. I went upstairs to find it. I was curious to see what that would look like on here. Can't find it. So, not sure. I know where it was. It's been there for 20 years, and I probably put it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. That was a fun project, and now I get to come out here every time, and I get to see that, and I think that's a winner chicken dinner. All right, drop it down there in the comments. What do you think? Is this something you might do on a project like this? Just, rather than, I could have made that out of stainless, but it would have been a bugger, and just making it out of just black cold rolled steel, doing a little metal work. And the beautiful thing about that is, it ain't perfect. There's no Bondo in that. So that gives you an idea of what you can do if you take your time. And I didn't take my time on this, but I hammered it out pretty quick. But if you take your time, it gives you some ideas of things you can do with just plain old cold rolled steel if you're willing to put some skill into it. All right, that'll do it. We'll catch you on the next one. And don't forget, it's kind of important. At least I think so.